Hello, I'm lead negotiator for the Fargo Education Association, Kraft. We had a meeting with the school board last night at which we discussed the current topics left on the table for negotiations. We'll come back to the table on June 30th to continue these discussions. And I just wanted to say that we had about a 3-hour meeting with the board last night, and I was very impressed by the number of FEA members who were in attendance. That is so meaningful and helpful to those of us who are sitting at the table so that we can make decisions by having caucuses, by having private meetings with the members who are in attendance. So please mark your calendars for June 30th to be able to come back and have another negotiation session with the board. That will be 4:30 at Agassiz Cafeteria. We started the meeting last night with 4 topics on the table, and we reached a tentative agreement on 2 of those. One was negotiation procedures, which deals with the mediation panel makeup and the process for going through mediation if a future contract cycle reaches an impasse. Secondly, we reached an agreement on teacher rights, and I wanted to walk through 2 parts of that proposal. We reached an agreement of contract language that protects teachers who are submitting behavior reports. And I want to read this to you just directly so that you know exactly what's in the contract after this agreement goes into effect. It now says teachers are encouraged to report behavior and safety concerns. Choosing to submit reports or the frequency of reporting shall not in and of itself be reflected in performance evaluations, job assignment, or contract renewal decisions. So the attempt of the language is to give teachers the ability to report the behavior concerns that are necessary to help our district and our students improve. And we don't want any teacher being fearful that submitting those behavior reports is going to negatively affect their performance evaluation, their job assignment, or their contract renewal decision. Additionally, in the same proposal that was tentatively agreed to at the table last night, is a definition of how the district committees are made up, a requirement for the superintendent and the association president to meet annually to determine and talk about those committee makeups and designs, as well as that the association president and the superintendent can collaboratively determine the committee makeup. Additionally, in this agreement, going forward, the current practice of health insurance committee and safety committee having at least 50% of teachers on those committees being assigned by the association president, that practice is now guaranteed to go forward because we have put it into the contract. There were 2 topics that we did not reach an agreement on, one of which was salary. On the topic of salary, we discussed the board's proposal. They brought forward a new counter proposal, and we learned that really their proposal would negatively impact the next generation of teachers. And so as a group of negotiators and the people who were in the room, we decided that that was not something that we wanted to entertain at this point. Instead, we issued a counter proposal from the Education Association, and the board seemed to indicate that that proposal is something that they would be able to at least look at very carefully and even potentially accept. I'm going to send out another video that walks through the exact changes that occurred in the matrix in order to issue this counter proposal because we had a bit of a technology glitch last night and I wasn't able to demonstrate that live on the spot. But I want you to be very aware of those changes. So I'll do that in a new video and I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. The other topic that we did not yet reach an agreement on is teacher assignment, preparation and planning time at the elementary level and at the secondary and the secondary level. This topic, we reiterated to the board just how important it is. We attempted to define the problem a second time as we have done before, and the board indicated that they'll be bringing a counter proposal on June 30th to the teacher assignment topic. And so that's the recap from last night's meeting with the Board of Education and the Fargo Education Association. We do this together, we do this united, and we do it for the future of the teachers and the students in Fargo Public Schools. So stay tuned as we keep going forward through this contract cycle. It seems that we're getting close to having a new contract for the following school year.